Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create BigCommerce customer on Google Form submission. So I am managing an e-commerce store with the help of BigCommerce. And for collecting the inquiries as well as feedbacks of the customers or leads, I have created a special customer inquiry form with the help of Google Forms. I have attached that on my website. And now my objective is that as soon as a customer or a lead is going to visit my website, they are going to submit this form with the help of Google Forms with their details and the inquiry. I want to add that person automatically in my BigCommerce store as a customer. Now, to automate this entire process, we will have to set up a connection between Google Forms and BigCommerce, and that we are going to do without any coding and any programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step for your business, for that let me take you all towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video we are going to learn step by step that how we can automatically add customers in BigCommerce for every Google Form submission. So as an owner of an e-commerce store which I'm managing with the help of BigCommerce, I am regularly organizing multiple events, offers and lucky draws, okay, to promote my business, to attract customers as well as to boost the sales. All right. So recently I'm going to organize another such event, and for that I have already created a registration form. My objective is that when a new customer is going to visit my store, they are going to submit their details in this particular form. I want to add that person systematically as a customer in my BigCommerce store. So customers means you could say a lead, a potential client or a potential customers, okay. Now, to automate this entire process in such a way that as soon as the form will be submitted by a new customer, that customer will be added in BigCommerce with all their details, we will have to set up a connection between Google Forms and BigCommerce. And for creating this connection, we are not going to use any kind of coding or programming, but we are going to simply set up this connection with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So Pabbly Connect helps us to build the connections between our work applications without coding or programming skills to automate our daily repetitive tasks effortlessly. It is an amazing automation software. So let's get started quickly. This is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by typing the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we will find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. So as an existing user, currently I'm going to click on sign in directly to log into my account. But before that, here you can see on my home page we have a year-end sale on Pabbly. So if you do not want to miss this limited time deal, just grab it now, as the sales happens only once a year. Okay, now after this, here I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create our automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And now it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On the dashboard, we will find all our workflows which we have created. And to save these workflows, we can also create separate folders. Now to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. As we have done that, a dialog box is appeared in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Create BigCommerce customers on Google Form submission. After giving the name to my workflow, I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So you can see I have a list of folders. Among these folders, because the latest automation which I am going to create is related to e-commerce store. So automations for e-commerce store will be my folder. Then I'm going to click on create. As we have done that, you can see a new screen is open in front of us. The screen contains two extremely important windows, trigger and actions. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation works. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose my objective is that as soon as a new customer is going to visit my store, they are going to submit the registration form for the offer which I am organizing for my e-commerce store in BigCommerce, then automatically that person should be enrolled as a customer in BigCommerce. For that here, because the form which I have created is with the help of Google Forms, so I'm going to take Google Forms in trigger and BigCommerce as the e-commerce store in my action step. When we are going to build the connection between these applications, then we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands. Because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted by the lead, or we can say by the customer, then only that customer will be added with their details in BigCommerce, otherwise not. So this is the concept of trigger and action. After understanding this, now let us start creating our automation step by step. Alright, so this is very amazing automation which is going to help you to collect the details of your potential customers and add them separately, systematically in an organized format in your store, in your BigCommerce store. Okay. And also it is very easy. You do not have to use any coding or any kind of technical skills for this. You will just use the same methods which I am going to show you over here. Alright, so to start with the process, first of all, let's go towards our trigger step and let us select our trigger application. What will it be? It will be Google Forms, because here we want to start the workflow every time when the Google form will be submitted. So Google Forms will be our trigger application, okay, which is going to start the workflow every time. Then we have to select the trigger event. On the happening of which event in Google Forms you want to capture the response. So I want that when the new response received, that means when the form will be submitted, then the response should be captured inside Pabbly Connect, and with that response the workflow should start instantly. Alright, here we have to build a connection between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. For that you can see we have received a webhook URL and also we have received some instructions. By following the given instructions step by step carefully, we are going to insert this webhook URL inside our Google Forms to build this connection. And as we will do that, the webhook URL then is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of every new form submissions in Google Forms towards Pabbly Connect. So let us copy the webhook URL, and then you do not have to worry because I am going to show you each and every step. First of all, for this I will take you towards my Google Forms, and this is the form as you can see which I have created. So when this form will be submitted by the customer along with these details such as the name, email, phone number and the city, I want to capture the response every time. For that, you have to go towards the response section. You cannot directly connect Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. We have to connect the form with the help of Google Sheets. So you can see in the response section, we can see the option of link to Sheets. We have to click on this button. And now we have to link this Google form with a spreadsheet with Google Sheets. Okay. So we'll select create a new spreadsheet. Let's click on create. It will automatically be created. And you can see a new spreadsheet is ready over here. And all the fields which we have in our Google form are given over here. So the spreadsheet is ready, and now when the form will be submitted, every time the record will be created of the form response in this Google Sheets in the form of a new row. We have full name, email address, phone number and the city. And one extra column is also over here. We have the timestamp. That means the date and time at which the form will be submitted. So when the record will be added over here in this spreadsheet, then the response will be transferred towards the webhook URL. That means towards Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to show you each and every step that how we have to build this connection. For that, first of all, let us record the data over here. When the form will be submitted, then only the data will be recorded. So first of all, let us submit the form. Let's go towards the send section. Here we have the URL of the form. Let us shorten it. I will copy it and I will open it in a new tab. And now I'm going to submit this form as a customer. Okay, let's say the full name of this customer is Amazing Customer. Let's say the email of this amazing customer is amazing@pabblycutes.com, just a random email. Then let's say the phone number of this customer is, and the city is, for example, Bhopal. When I'm going to click on submit, the form is submitted and you can see that the data is recorded over here. As the data is recorded, now we are going to transfer this data towards Pabbly Connect by setting up the connection. So for that, first of all, let's go and once again copy the webhook URL. We will go towards extensions on the spreadsheet, and here we have the option of add-ons. We need to click on this get add-ons button. It will take us towards Google Workspace Marketplace, and here we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly Connect Webhook is the add-on, or we can say it is the extension which we need to install in Google Sheets to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I have already installed this add-on, so I'm going to cross this. Once you have installed the add-on for the very first time, you also have to refresh your spreadsheet. And when you will do that, then only you will find the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks under extensions. After doing this, we have to click on this initial setup under Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And we have to do an initial setup in which we have to enter two details, the webhook URL and the trigger column. So first of all, let us paste the webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect, and then we have to enter a trigger column. Trigger column is the last and the final data column on which if the data is added in a new row, the entire row will be immediately sent towards the webhook URL. So it is saying in the instructions as well, the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent to the webhook URL. So here, for example, in my spreadsheet, you can see I have columns up till E, A, B, C, D, and E. So when a new form is going to be submitted by a customer and the data will be recorded over here, when the data will be recorded up till E column, then only the row will be sent towards Pabbly Connect and not before that. That means if the data is added over here before the trigger column, let's suppose up till D column, then that row will not be sent towards Pabbly Connect. Only when the row will be completed up till the E column, that is my trigger column, then only the data will be transferred. So in the similar manner, according to your spreadsheet, according to your data, you can select a trigger column which will be the final data column of your workflow. So here I'm going to select E as my trigger column. Then I'm going to click on the send test button to send the test response towards Pabbly Connect. So let's do that. As the test data is sent successfully, let us submit the initial setup. And now we are going to cross it. We will move back towards Pabbly Connect, and you can see that the response is captured over here. In the response, we have received all the details. So let's start reading them one by one. First of all, we have the trigger column, that is E, which we have decided. Then we have the timestamp, that means the date and time at which the form was submitted. Okay. Then over here we have the name of the spreadsheet, we have the spreadsheet ID, sheet name, sheet ID, row index, that means the number of row in which the data is recorded currently. So here we have received the response of second row. So the row index is 2. Okay, then we have the phone number of the customer, their name, their email address, and the city. These details are exactly the same as we have entered while submitting the form. So this means our connection between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. But now our objective is that as soon as a new form will be submitted by a new customer and the data will be recorded in different rows, in new rows in our spreadsheet up till the trigger column, then we do not have to do anything manually, but the data should keep on sending towards Pabbly Connect automatically. For that, we have to go towards extensions. We have to go towards Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here we can see the option of send on event. We have to click on this button. As we have done that, now we have made sure that as soon as a new response will be captured from Google Forms in this spreadsheet, then automatically the data will be keep on sending towards Pabbly Connect. Once we have set up the connection successfully between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect, now we have to create the customer in BigCommerce. For doing that, we have to go towards our action step and we have to select our action application as BigCommerce. Let's select that. Then we have to select the action event. What event you want to perform in BigCommerce. So here you can see we have multiple options. I'm going to select create customer as I want to create a customer in BigCommerce by using the form response. Then we are going to click on connect. For building this connection, here we have two options, add new connection and select existing connection. If you already have an existing connection, you can just go with that. I'm going to show you that how you have to create a new connection. For that, let's go towards add new connection. We have to enter 3 details, client ID, access token and store hash key. First of all, let's start with the store hash key. To get this hash key, you just have to go towards your BigCommerce account. Okay, and then you have to look towards a URL. In your URL of the account, after https://store dash, this is the store hash key before .mybigcommerce.com. So you will copy it from here. We will move back and you will paste it over here like this. So in the URL of your BigCommerce store, you will find after store hyphen and before .mybigcommerce.com, the thing will be your hash key. I have done that. Now we are going to move forward towards client ID and the access token. To get that, the instructions are given over here. We are going to get both the details by following the same instructions. So what you are supposed to do, you have to log into your BigCommerce account already, and then you have to click on this advanced settings and API accounts. As you will do that over here, it will take you towards the store level API accounts. So here you have to click on this create API account. Then first of all, you have to select the name. You have to provide a name to this connection which you're building. So let's say I'm going to give a name as new customers. All right. This is the API path. And over here, you have to scroll down. You can see that we have to provide some scopes over here. What scopes? For that, you have to go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is given that you have to provide content, customers, information and settings, marketing, orders, and product scope. So we'll go back towards the API settings. And over here, we will select content. We will modify it. Then we will select all the fields that are related to content. Then we have to modify customers. So we will select both the fields of customers, information and settings, marketings, orders. Okay, we will select both the fields of the orders. Then we have to go towards the product section. Let's select some more and done. Okay, after doing this, we just have to click on save. And you can see here we have received a client ID, client secret and access token. First of all, we require the client ID. So let us copy and paste it over here. The next is the access token. So let us copy that and we will paste it over here. Done. Now let's click on save. As we have done that, the connection between BigCommerce and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. So now we are going to move forward towards performing the step of creating the customer in BigCommerce. For that, we have to enter these details: first name, last name, email, company, phone number, and the notes. These details will be related to the person to whom we want to add as a customer. And as you know, I want to add the customer who has submitted my offer inquiry form in Google Forms as a customer in BigCommerce. For that, I have received all the details of that customer already in my earlier response. You can see. So without wasting time and without thinking, I'm directly going to insert the data from the previous step. First of all, it is asking us the first name. We have received the full name over here in our response. So we will have to split the name because it is asking us the first name and last name. These two are the required fields and we have to enter them separately. For that, we will go above. We will click on this add action step button in between. And we will select one more action application in our action step over here in between. That will be text formatter. Text formatter is going to help us to format the text in the workflows according to our requirements. So with the help of text formatter, we are going to split the name and we are going to automate this entire process for every time. So now we have to select the action event that will be split text. Let's click on connect. After building the connection, now we have to provide the text to split. As I told you, we are setting up the automation. So we are automating the entire process of splitting the text as well. To automate this entire process, we could not change the data manually every time. We have to make it dynamic so that automatically it should get replaced. So directly we are going to map it from the previous step. Here we will map the name which I want to split. As I have mapped this name, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So every time a new form will be submitted by a customer, the name is going to be mapped over here of the new customer, and in this way we are going to split the name automatically. Not only this step, we are going to automate the entire process of creating customers in BigCommerce for the Google Forms response by mapping. Okay, now it is asking us a separator. What value you want to use as a separator to split the name? I want to use the space given in between the first name and last name as a separator. So here I'm going to simply copy the format given over here to use space as a separator and I will paste it over here. Done. Now it is asking a segment index. What segment of this name you want? First, all, both, or second? I want all. So let's select all over here. Now let's click on save and send test request button. We have received the first name and the last name in the split format. So now let us simply map the details. First of all, the first name, then the last name. Then here we will map the email address. Then the company name. I have not received that and it is also not mandatory. So I'm going to ignore this field. I have received the phone number. So I have mapped that. And in the note field, I'm going to keep it blank. Now I'm going to directly click on save and send test request button. As I've mapped all these details, they are automatically going to replace with every new response. And here we have received the response. Along with it, we have received the data ID. That means the ID of the customer. So now this amazing customer is successfully created in BigCommerce. I'm going to show you that. We will go towards BigCommerce. We will go towards the dashboard first of all. And over here we have the customer section. Let's view the customer. And over here we can see that yes, a new customer is added over here with the same name, amazing customer. When I'm going to open it, here we have their first name, last name, email address, and the phone number as well. This means that the connection between Google Forms and BigCommerce is built successfully. Once we have set up this connection successfully, let us check whether the workflow is running fine or not every time. For that, once again, I'm going to submit this Google form. So I will go back towards my form. I will copy the link once again. I will open it in a new tab directly. And here I'm going to submit it with some dummy details. And this time, let's say the name of the customer is dummy customer. Let's say the email is dummy@pabblytudes.com. Let's say the phone number is, and let's say the city is Indore. Let me submit the form. As soon as the form is submitted, here we have the record in Google Sheets. As the record is added in Google Sheets, let's go towards BigCommerce. We will view the customers and over here we can see that dummy customer is added without any manual efforts as soon as the form is submitted. We have all the details over here and these are exactly the same. This means our workflow is running absolutely fine. So in the similar manner, you can also use Google Forms to collect the details of your potential customers, and you can directly add all these details in the organized format in your BigCommerce in order to maintain the customer details. So I hope this automation is clear to you. It is helpful for your business. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such amazing applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any doubt, you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask about the pricing, you can visit this website given over here. Do not forget to share our videos, like our video, and also subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.